Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kapadah, the ones and apostles, great millstone that rule well. Shalom to all you brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully, continue fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we find that number to be delivered. All right, as you see, it's snowing out here, it's storming out here, so we're gonna just get a little bit in and wrap it up. Lord willing, whatever we bring out is edifying, and we're gonna go through the spirit with the spirit. And you got anything?
I got a piece of prayer. Come. This is Matthew 24, verse 2. He said, Yahushua said unto them, Salakia. This is Matthew 24 and 3. So much bigger. And I set upon the Mount of Olives. The disciple came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?
Right, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the signs that the Lord Yahushua told us about. All right, and now that these signs are streaming every day, we know we're that close, man. We're right at the end of this thing. All right, we ain't trying to go backwards. We ain't trying to put it in reverse. The Lord is about to make His move. We've been saying for the past 6 days or so, 2024 has been with a bang, man. There's all types of shit going on. And it's going to even speed up and heat up even further and faster. All right? Go ahead.
If I may add to it, even people who are atheists talk about it, and they saying that, they feel like, that the end is coming. Even though they don't believe in the Most High.
Right.
But they make video about it in social media. Talk about, man, they feel like the end is near because the way how they're looking up throughout the world here in America. It ain't gonna be long before America collapse.
That's it. And it's gonna collapse.
Yeah.
It's on its way, man. It's on its way. And the masses of the people who are hearing this word, the masses who are hearing this word and that care about this word, are those whom the Lord has selected to hear and receive the word. Not everybody's meant to receive this word. Not everybody's meant to receive or hear the word. All right? So when we come out here, our voices, first and foremost, are to the sons of the children of Israel. Right? That's who our voices, that's who our sounds are going out to. The hopeful elect, I should say. Then the rest of the Israelites. Right? Because this is what the word was meant for. You got a rope, bro?
No.
Go ahead.
You got something? Go ahead.
Matthew 13, I'll set at verse 9. Who have ears to hear, let them hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Right, and this is why we come out and we tell you these things that the Lord has revealed unto us. All right, how long is the Bible? The Bible has been on shelves for hundreds of years, man. People been having the Bible in their house and their mantle for generations. You even got some Bibles that has the family tree inside of it. All right, but the mysteries were given unto the Lord's servants. All these people that have had Bibles and held Bibles and donated Bibles and passed Bibles down to family generations, they got no idea, man. They got no idea that this Bible, this book, speaks about the destruction of Babylon the Great, America. They have no clue. And all those that dwell in this place, this is why the Lord said when He comes, He's going to deliver us. He's going to beam us up, pull us up into the chariots while this place gets destroyed. All right? America, I'll say this. When America decided to put on their money system, what's the saying over here? When America decided to put on their money system and God we trust, right? That's a form of repentance. Because now they believe in the Lord's power by saying in God we trust, because those who trust in the Lord have repented, have come back to the Lord, have said, you know what, this is my power, this is my Savior, this is my hope. But America's gonna be destroyed. We don't give a goddamn how much they believe or trust in the Lord or believe in God and God we trust. We don't give a shit how much they say that, man. This place is about to be destroyed. Go ahead.
I'll just jump down, same chapter, Matthew 13 and verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them.
Right, and even men who've been in this thing for a long period of time, they no longer see the vision of Yahweh Yahushai. All right? And again, that's just normal. It's what's to be done here in this time period. The Lord said He's going to do a lot of sifting, man. He's going to do a lot of sifting. Whether you've been around 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, if the Lord don't want you, then the Lord don't want you. That's just the way it goes, man. But we out here are giving diligence to make our call and election sure, that the Lord may have mercy on us and give us an opportunity to get delivered out of here from the destruction. There's no other conclusion that can come to this place, man, but destruction, and rightfully so. All these people, all these these groups, and all this love and prosperity, all that's gonna come to naught here in Babylon the Great. All right, you got something, brother?
Yeah, real quick. And this is Movement chapter 13, verse 11.
Yep.
And knowing the time, that now it is the high time to wake out of sleep.
Right, you gotta wake up out of sleep, man. You can't go back to sleep now. Now ain't the time to go back to sleep. It's about to get hot and heavy out here, man. Prophecy, 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 prophecy.
That's right.
Push and teach the prophecies. It's about to get exciting out here, man. Very exciting. All right? And as long as you stay on course of how the Lord delivered this word unto you and continue in the doctrine and the things that you've learned, as long as you stay on course, may the Lord have mercy on you, man. Go ahead. Let me finish off.
He said, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Right, now, exactly. Now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Because right now you got all kinds of shit going on where there's all kinds of inside talk about, aliens coming down and the chariots are being seen more on a much more frequent basis. And this is just in the past 6 days, man. All right? And now people are starting to question. The government is starting to ask questions about, if the government has been true, have they been honest with the people of America? Okay? So our salvation is nearer than we believe, and that salvation is for who? Children of Israel.
Israel only.
Israel only.
Exactly.
That salvation is for the children of Israel.
That's
It wouldn't
right.
make sense to have this big dramatic climax, and as we read to the scriptures, the scriptures say that the chariots of Israel. And the Lord gonna come back and decide why destroy America? Why destroy this place? Why destroy America if everybody could be just set things right here in this kingdom, man? Set it right in this kingdom. The Lord's gonna make a speedy riddance of this place. All right, you got something else?
Yeah,
Elder, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 18 and 4.
You know what? Let's swing that camera around so that it's coming to our backside. Cut. Give us 1 second. Yeah, this definitely slipped. Oh, no, go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people,
Yep.
that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. He said, come out of her, my people. Okay? We understand and know that the Lord's people are the children of Israel. All right? It's cold, bro. Yes, the phone's about to shut down. Right, so we know the children of Israel, the Lord's people are the children of Israel. That's who his people are, man. That's who he's coming for, his people. Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven,
Yep.
and the Most High hath remembered her iniquity.
Right, this place, this kingdom, and all those other kingdoms that have joined hand in hand with this place have reached up into the heavens because these other nations are doing the very same thing that America's doing, man. They drank of that philosophy. They drank of that wine. That's why when you go throughout the world, you got some nations that ain't trying to put up with this shit, man. The Uganda president, he said, listen, anybody get caught in the act of homosexuality gonna be put to death, man.
Exactly.
Going to jail for the rest of their life, man. Let them get caught out there. And that's a righteous thing.
It is.
And that's a righteous thing that man wants to do for his people. All right? And they're not even Israelites over there. But they're following the customs that was already laid down before because it only makes sense to do so.
If I may add to Elder, because there was a lot of Uganda homosexual were protesting outside the street.
Yep.
Like over 10,000, 20,000 of them. Correct me if I'm wrong. They were protesting, I think 22,000 of them got arrested.
Yep.
They all got caught up and put in prison.
Yep.
And they're going to spend the rest of their life here in prison.
But that protesting shit starts with Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
That's what starts. But America's, pushes that protest. It goes to all these other nations and tries to get its people to turn on its government. They did that shit in China. They tried to do that shit over in Russia. Vladimir Putin had made a big commentation on that. He was like, you had some outside sources from the West to come over here and to get the people to go against the government. But he shot that shit down right quick, man.
Yeah, they were protesting. You know how they do the slut walk, down there, and they were doing the same thing in Warsaw. If Vladimir said his military troop, there was every single last one of them. That happened a few years ago. From that day on, you never hear anything about them ever again.
That's it.
Yep. So a lot of countries are against that. Kamala Harrison, she's on a mission now there in Africa, trying to push that homosexual agenda, to Africa.
I got a scripture.
And I was gonna say this to be exact. The person you was talking about that went over there was Joe Biden himself.
Yeah,
man.
cut. Yep.
So
Yep.
sedition.
Joe Biden himself, the Russia you talking about?
Yeah, Russia,
Yep. Went over there trying to tell them how the Russian government, needs to be held accountable and all this other shit. Lucky he didn't get his ass taken out over there, man. These other nations ain't playing that shit. You come over there talking shit, you liable to get put to death over there, man. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51 verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
Yep.
Be not cut off from her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand,
right.
that made all the earth drunken.
That's right.
The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right. This is why you have these nations. The women are rising up against the men. They're going against the grain of what the government has set forth, because they're trying to cause chaos and confusion in these other nations as well. It's a mirror image, man. In some of these countries that are in alliance with America, it's a mirror image that's going on over there. You go over there and you land in a plane, you're gonna think you land right back in America, man. Just because of the customs that are being implemented over there. It starts from the seed of wickedness. The seed of wickedness is this place, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone to his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
Right, we would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. There's no making a right of this place, man. There's no correcting this place and getting it on the right path, man. This place is set to be destroyed. This place is set to be hit with nuclear missiles. All right, and therefore the nations are mad, and these nations are the ones that are going to blow this place to smithereens. Why are they mad? Because there's been an unjust dealer dealing treacherously throughout the four corners of the earth, promising things, breaking treaties, stealing land, stealing property, stealing waterways, and that's what's going on over there right now with Hamas and them. They want that canal over there, man. But it's all gonna come to naught. All right, what you got?
Go ahead.
Okay, you got it?
I got it, yeah. This is Revelation 17. I said 15. It says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, multitude, and nations in tongue. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Right, and these nations are going to do just that. Those that have that nuclear capability, they're going to burn this place with fire, man. Okay, so there's going to be one conclusion here in America: fire, destruction. Elements melt with fervent heat. And the kings of the earth are going to do that. And we're now seeing the kings of the earth starting to put themselves in alliance with one another.
That's right.
And some of these nations that had beef with each other for many years are now coming to the table shaking hands. Because the Lord is putting in their hearts to destroy Babylon the Great, man.
That's right.
And this is what we're seeing. And this is what makes us happy and brings joy to our spirit, because now the things that we spoke about 15 years ago are now actually taking place, man. This is a beautiful time, man.
That's right.
Ain't the time to put the gear in reverse and go backwards. All right, we striving now. We coming down the home stretch. You taking that second wind, taking that breath, expanding them lungs, and getting ready for the finish, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 17, it says, for Yahweh had put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Lord shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reign over the kings of the earth.
That's it. What great city is that? You're looking at it, man. Every time you go to the UN, they have a meeting. Who's at the head of the table? America.
Yep.
Okay? Anytime there's some type of shit going on in the earth or some type of natural disaster, who's first? America's first there, man. Giving all kinds of aid. And everybody follows suit after America puts forth the first step, man. So this lady has been marching throughout the four corners of the earth, strutting her stuff. All right?
Even Britain, talking about like if you look at with the quota, there's a lot of question about America that have been asking the Britain people, and they say that America goes around and like they own the place. So you got a lot of people in the UK who can stand America's gut, and you even see the videos. If you look at it, you're gonna see some Britain people burning the American flag.
Yep.
Down there in Britain.
Not just Britain, all over the world. All over the world, because they're tired, man.
Yeah.
They're tired of being manipulated. They're tired of being lied to. They're tired of being robbed. All right? Isn't this the thief of the earth? Don't they go around stealing everything they can possibly steal if it ain't bolted down and then some? If it is bolted down, they'll take a blowtorch and burn it up.
This is Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
The brother just spoke about what Britain was doing. Them devils fled over here from Britain. Okay? And when they got over here, they named all. If you come to Massachusetts, right, you have a lot of cities named after Britain. And that over there in Britain, man. New England, knew this and knew that. Okay, it's a mere footstep, if you will, footprint. Okay, so this is that seat. But again, it is as the elder read down, the hindermost part of the nation is going to be a desolation. This place is that hindermost part, man.
Right. And also too in the Torah scripture, he said that the mother should be
So
confounded there,
right?
because they're embarrassed. That's the way how America is. So the first thing allegiance that America is with. America made allegiance with Britain, right? You think that his allegiance is Britain are going to be intact, but America has no clue that his closest ally are going to be the same nation that are going to turn against her.
Right. That's why the book of Obadiah explains that.
Yeah.
The book of Obadiah explains that third. The men of thy confederacy. Go ahead, brother.
Obadiah 1 and verse 6 and 7. How are the things of Esau searched out?
Right. Look at Esau right there. Over here, he in a tank top.
Yep. That's
some
Edomites.
Speedos, goddamn some tennis shoes.
That's so much of them.
The trucker hat.
But this is refreshing to him.
Yeah.
We out here freezing. Esau, this is Esau's thing, man. Esau's a man of the field. Whether it be cold and snowing and blistering and blizzarding out here, Esau over there taking a trot through the park, jogging and shit.
They love mountain climbing and shit, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, brother.
Cave.
Yeah, that's Esau. That's a pure Edomite right there. We ain't got to examine his spirit. That's a pure Edomite right there. That shit's got to be about 30 degrees out here. Wind chill about 22 degrees. Esau out here in a tank top and shorts. Go ahead, brother.
Obadiah 1 and 6. How are things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
You see that? So there's going to come a point in time where these people that you've been giving aid and money to all these years are going to come up against you, man. And then you're going to ask yourself, well, why? I thought we had an agreement. I thought we was all good. All right? But it's the word of the Lord that reigns supreme. As it is written, all the men of thy confederacy are going to bring you even to the border. So you're going to go to war, man. That's right. And you're going to have these nations come up against you, as the brother read, therefore the nations are mad. So it's all coming together, man. The piece of this jigsaw puzzle is starting to form a beautiful picture. Right? You get them puzzles, you got to put them pieces in, and you really can't see anything until you start getting them pieces put together and they start fitting in ever so lovely. And now you start to see the picture. This is what our eyes are seeing right now. We're starting to see this thing come together, man. These nations that are coming up against America that are talking shit, they're talking shit because they ain't afraid anymore. They are not afraid.
Go
ahead, brother.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
You see that? The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. And how are men at peace with you right now? Because you're quick to make up some treaty or some deal or render some type of aid, some financial aid to all these other countries. You're quick to show up and bail them out when they need help. Under the notion of, we do this for you, you need to be on board with us. All right? But that time is coming to an end. Because the scriptures talk about your gold nor your silver is going to be able to deliver you in those days. These nations aren't going to give a damn of what you got to offer or what you want to come to the table and shake hands. There's no shaking hands, is long gone. Nations are ready to make a move on you. All right, go ahead, brother.
It's going to go in with the brother saying. This is Ezekiel 38 and 10.
Go ahead.
It says, thus says the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come to thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought.
And what's that evil thought? All right? So this place is destined to be destroyed. All right? The power structure of this place is falling. There's no more might in Babylon. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah, reading, going down a couple of verses. This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans.
That's it. The Lord has brought forth his weapons of indignation, the thermonuclear missiles. And as you read these scriptures, man, you got to ask yourself, I mean, are we going forward or are we going backwards? This thing it's happening, man. It's happening before your very eyes. And this is why we're out here on the highways and byways in the midst of all this cold and snow and blizzard type weather. Snow coming down from all angles, man. We're giving diligence to make our calling and election sure.
That's right.
Making our bodies that living sacrifice. We don't give a goddamn what anybody thinks, man. We understand by prophecy that this place is going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation.
You see how these pieces are being put together? All right? Because this stems from back to Obadiah by these nations coming together against you, man. Because this is how America's going to be destroyed, by the other nations. The Lord said he's going to send those weapons of indignation to be shot over here.
That's right.
Those snares that are laid in the ground, pursuant to the book of Job. This place is about to be gone, man. Go ahead.
Verse 28, it says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel.
Right, camp against her round about. So America's going to be surrounded from every angle, man. From any possible position a nuclear missile can be shot from, it's going to be shot. Whether it be off the coast of, Venezuela, whether it be from across the other side of the world, okay? From seas, from whatever, man. Everything's going to equal up to what? America being hit and utterly fucking shook and rocked and burnt, man. Go ahead.
It says, shout against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her. As she have done, do unto her.
Right, as she has done, do unto her. And what has she done? She's gone through the world, destroying many nations, dropping bombs, poisoning. All these things that she's done, it's going to be done unto her, and it's going to be done unto her double, man. And that's telling you what? That there's going to be nothing left over here. Whatever you decide, whatever you elites decided that you're going to dig into the holes of the rocks and get down there and be comfortable, you're going to die down there, man. You ain't coming up for air. You ain't coming up to see the sun. You ain't coming up to restart, to rebuild the desolate place. This place is going to remain desolate forever and ever and ever, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. Cut off the sword from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle,
Yep.
in the time of harvest.
Yep.
For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land.
See that? They shall flee every one to his own land. So right before this bitch totally gets shut down, people gonna be exiting out of America, man. There's gonna be an exodus out of America like there was an exodus out of Egypt. They're gonna be hauling ass to get the hell up out of here, going back to their homeland for that protection. Now, about 7 years ago, Vladimir Putin had made that proclamation to all the Russians that were abroad the world, man. Come back home to Mother Russia, where you can be protected, man. America ain't gonna do that for its people. America is inviting people over here so they can be put to death, man.
That's right.
Them so-called immigrants that are coming here, they ain't coming here to be prosperous. They ain't coming here because Esau's gonna give them jobs and get them on the right track. They're coming over here to have a death toll number, a much higher death toll number, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Israel is a scattered sheep.
Yep.
The lions have driven him away.
Yep.
First, the king of Assyria have devoured him, and last, this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, have broken his bones. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon in his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim in Gilead.
Right. Now it didn't say all the other nations. It said Israel's gonna be satisfied. All right. And again, these nations that we speak about, you know, we're gonna give them their fair square. All right. But they're not gonna be living the way we're gonna be living. It's gonna be an Israelite thing in that time period, man.
That's right.
We're gonna be ruled. They're gonna have to come to us. Right? We've always maintained that. These nations are gonna be under our subjection. And this is why it is written that when they're righteous in authority, the people are gonna rejoice. So it only makes sense that when the kingdom is set up, we're gonna be living around the other nations, or I should say they're gonna be living around us. Okay? And they're gonna be rejoiceful. Because there's not gonna be anybody that's gonna, come over with a fucking drone and drop a bomb on them. They're gonna be rejoiceful because there's not gonna be anybody that's gonna have to, make sure that their water system and their filtration system is in order. Okay? So it's all about the children of Israel, the Israelites, whom the Lord calls his people, that he's going to redeem his people from their sins.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2 to 3. He says, and it shall come to pass,
Shalom.
and it shall come to pass in the last day that the mountain of the Lord house shall be established in the top of the mountain, and shall be exalted above the hills,
Yep.
and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right.
And many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the Most High of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways,
Right.
and we will walk in his paths.
Right.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the will of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right, so these people are going to come unto us, man. They're going to come unto us, but deliverance is for the children of Israel. Right? They're going to get their little spot. They're going to give them their land. They're going to give them their, set them up their rules over their land. And they're going to live accordingly. Their forces. That's right.
And you got some more of that.
Their forces are going to be converted unto us, and they're going to live the way we tell them to live. That's right. Right?
They're gonna be happy to do so.
And then we're happy to do so. They ain't gonna get over there. These heathens ain't gonna get over there and just start living the way they want to live. That'll cause disorder, man.
But
They're gonna just decide to do what they want to do. They may go back into being homosexuals and all that other shit back over there. No, they're gonna live according to the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
Right.
Go ahead, real quick.
Proverbs 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Right. So when the righteousness is reigning on the earth, the whole world is going to be in subjection to that righteousness. Right. That's what Zion means. Zion in the Hebrew is Tzion, which means monument. Right. So we're set up as a monument or a remembrance, if you will, of the Lord, the Heavenly Father. Right. So whatever His ways are, whatever ways that He wants established here on this earth, is going to be administered through us, to the nation of Israel. Right? You still got that in
I
Isaiah?
still got it. All right.
Right? So that's the order of things, the rule of things. right? Somebody get what's that? Second Ezra 6 and 54.
Gotcha.
Second Ezra 6 and 54. Keep going now, Isaiah.
And he said,
Start over again from the top. Second chapter, first verse.
Sure, no problem.
Yep.
He says in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1, and the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Yep.
And it shall come to pass in the last day that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established
Right.
in the top of the mountain.
Right, the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, right? What are mountains? It's an allegorical way to say government or rulership, right? So the Lord's house is going to be established in the top of the mountains. Are there going to be other mountains there? Yes. But the Lord's mountain, the Lord's house is going to be at the top of those. And we're going to be the governing body of all the earth. Just like the United States has a so-called Congress, a so-called Senate, right? That 144,000 of the children of Israel is going to be that same governing body, but instead of it being over a country or a land, it's going to be over the whole earth, man. It's going to be over the whole earth. And when that righteousness is established, when that righteousness is in rule, then the people are going to rejoice. Everyone is going to be happy, right? Because what is Esau? Esau is a cancer on the earth. Esau destroys the food. Esau destroys the water. Esau destroys the air. You have to worry about your kids going to school and being propagated with madness. And then also too, you got to be worried about being prosecuted for telling the truth. Right. Yep. You got to worry about all of these different things with Esau, the cancer, being on the earth. So the cancer, once the cancer is removed from the body and detoxified, then the body can live righteously and in happiness and harmony. Right. You know, and that's what's going to happen, man. Esau has to go ultimately. Esau is out of here.
Right. Manipulating DNA, try to crossbreed different type of animals.
The strawberries are fucked up.
Yep.
The blueberries are fucked up.
Yep.
The cucumber, everything. I saw avocado in the store ain't had no pit in it.
Get out of here.
Man.
You know? Mexico, man.
Right. So
Esau coming there too.
So Esau has it's all good, bro. So Esau got to be removed, man. Esau got to be taken out of the way so that the world can flourish again. The earth hasn't had a land Sabbath, and Lord knows how long, man. Right? Imagine the rest that the earth needs. Imagine the earth our guts need. Imagine the rest our minds and bodies need, right? But this is why the scriptures say that we're gonna take on new bodies. Scriptures say we'll mount up wings as eagles. We need those new bodies, man. These bodies are worn out, man. These bodies are worn out and destroyed. We need that same body that the Lord Yahweh Shai came back in when he walked through the door. Right? That's the body we need. A body that can be at rest. A body that can be free from pain. A body that can be free from sickness. Right? From sin.
There was an Edomite, he was talking about how the people of the ancient days, comparing how healthy they were compared to this day and age, and he says that the thing that we eat now is all poison.
Yes,
it's all poison, man.
Yeah. Anytime you manufacture or process or synthesize food, it's going to be poisonous to the body. Anything artificial or synthetic, it's going to poison the body. It's going to harm the body, right? So Esau has to be removed. Esau has to be removed because his way is destruction. His main concern is how much money can I make off of it. Not whether or not it helps the people, whether or not it benefits people. Because when you look at this guy, do a little background or history on this guy, Nikola Tesla, right? He had a bunch of different ideas to give free electricity to people, and their stance was, look, if I can't put a meter on it, I don't want it. Because you put a meter on it, that means you can charge people for it, right? So this is why we continue to use gas, right? Even if you switch the vehicles to electric, you're still going to have to use fossil fuels to get that electricity, right? So Esau just is a taker. Esau is a taker. He just robs the earth of all it has, all of its gold, all of its minerals, all of its resources, right? Its people. just takes until there's nothing left, man. Because he is the ultimate example of greed. So he has to be destroyed. And so when we read Jeremiah 50th chapter, we're reading about, of course, it mentioned the Syrian king, and it mentioned the Babylonian king, right? But it's prophetic to this Babylon here, because this Babylon, just like the ancient Babylon, had a priesthood. Like the ancient Babylonians had the Chaldeans. This one has the so-called Illuminati, right? And just like they had a capital city that they ruled out of, same thing here. This is the capital city of America is the capital city, or the whore that the scriptures talk about, right? The hammer, the Assyrian, right? The Chaldean, the Babylonian, right? The Egyptian, right? The Assyrian, right? So this place has to be removed out of here. That's right. It has to be. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this the other day. I was leaving work. It was a little cold outside, and I was saying to myself, we should have the means to be able to travel. Like when winters come, we should be able to move our family down to where it's warm and live there for the summer and then come back. We should have the means to be able to do that, right? To be able to, and that's what the Gadites did.
Yeah, the Gadites, yep.
That's what the Gadites did. They followed the land Sabbath. They kept the land Sabbath, right? So anytime the land needed rest, they would move to another place. So we should have the means to be able to do that, but we can't. So now we gotta endure these winters, man.
We're almost out of here.
Yeah,
We're almost out of here.
yeah.
Right? We're almost in paradise.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm trying to cover these ears. I forgot that goddamn. Yeah, I got it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 1, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Right, the government of a prudent man is well ordered, right? So that's what we're looking forward to. We're looking forward to the government of the Lord Yahushua. We're looking for his government because we know that his government will be well ordered, right? There's going to be an established order from the who governs the earth all the way down to who governs just a man's household. All of it's going to be well ordered. And there's not going to be any mistake in who's in charge, because the Lord Yahushua is going to be the king of all the earth. That's right. Like the scriptures say, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Yep. Right? The scriptures say that he's going to be the main ruler. He's going to be the one that is in power and control over all this earth, over all this realm, as far as the eye can see. Go ahead,
And also too, the Lord shall rule the water iron, because there's gonna be some nation that's gonna buck up against the Lord's power.
Yep.
That's why it says in Luke 19:27.
Oh yeah, as the power is being established.
Yep.
Just like in times of old, there's going to be wars that are fought.
Yep.
Right? The Lord Yahushua is going to get a chance to kick some ass, man. We're going to have a chance to kick some ass too. Right? There's going to be wars fought, because the scriptures say that even though they fear, they're still going to fight, man. They're still going to fight. Even there's fight. Huh? Yeah, there's fight. Yeah. Yep. So they're going to have to be. Somebody left it on the comment board just a little while ago that the saints shall take the kingdom. Right? Yeah. So there's going to be a war. Just like anytime there was a change of power, a paradigm shift, whether it went from the Medo-Persians to the Greeks, or the Greeks to the Romans, and so forth and so on, there's always a war fought. There's always a war fought. And the scriptures tell you, Michael and his angels, right, fought against the devil and his angels, right? So there's going to be a war fought, man. There's going to be a war. And Israel's going to have a chance to get busy. The Lord Yahushua, we already know he's going to get busy.
Exactly.
He said, who is this that coming from Basel? Right? So we know the Lord Yahushua is going to get busy, and it says in Ezekiel 25 that we're going to be able to get busy too.
Exactly. It's like the issue of old when King David was in power. When King David was our nation, under his wing, those nations would rebel. All King David would do, he would send his army down there to go take care of him. Yeah. I'm just saying, like in the kingdom, man, we got some fun to get our hand. on those nations. You know, they will rebel, and the Lord will send them down there to deal with them. You know. Yeah, so.
Go ahead, bro. You got something?
Yeah, we're going to continue on. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
So as the ruler is, so are the people. And so when the Lord Yahweh Shai is down here on this earth ruling, we're going to be as he is. Right? We're going to be the same way as him, ruling in righteousness. Right? When I think of the story about how King Solomon made his first judgment, right? He did that by instinct, right? He understood how to judge that situation so he could figure out who was the mother of that child, right? And likewise, we're going to have those same instincts because the law is going to be written in our inward parts. Right. So we're going to rule with those same instincts. We're going to rule with that same level of cognizance because we're going to be like the Lord Yahweh Shai. Like the scripture saying, we don't know what we shall be, but we know that when we see him, we shall be as he is. All right? So we're gonna be ruling with the Lord Yahweh Shai and righteousness, right? And we're gonna rid the earth of all wickedness, man. Of all wickedness. Even those weapons that are gonna be used to destroy Babylon, whatever is left, we're gonna burn those weapons, man. Like it says in Ezekiel 39 or Ezekiel 40.
The spirit is going to be turned back.
I got it right here.
It said we would burn them. It said we're going to burn the weapons.
Oh, good. Oh.
Yeah, it's either Ezekiel 39 or Ezekiel 40. It's around there somewhere. But the point being, we're going to rid all of wickedness, man. All of the wickedness on the earth. And then the scriptures tell us that once the Lord Yahweh Shai comes back, there won't be any more war. There won't be any need for it. Because again, he's going to be a righteous ruler. Because what really typically war is fought over land, right? I want some of that land, or I want to expand my kingdom. So a war is fought for that, right? But there's going to be no need for it because the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to be in control of everything.
Yep.
So we're the reason to fight. And then, with us being the righteous power, we're going to give the other nations what belongs to them. Right. Right? Whatever land belongs to them, wherever they want to dwell, or wherever the Lord sees fit for them to dwell, they're going to dwell there. You know? But we're going to be the overseers, and they're going to pay tribute to us. Just like the scriptures tell you in Isaiah the 60th chapter, that the forces of the Gentiles will be converted unto us. Right? So they're going to be tribute to it. Just like we got to go, just like in a couple of weeks, you're going to get your W-2s. You gotta file your taxes and make sure you was paying all year, right? So get his cut, right? Esau gonna get his little bit. You gonna get, he gonna give you what's left, right? Yeah, right. So the same thing is gonna happen. They gonna have to pay tribute to us. Now we will do it righteously, right? Because the scriptures talk about usury being a sin, right? So we're gonna do it righteously, right? But they're gonna have to pay tribute to us just like we pay tribute to them, right? You think about that, right? You get, people get up in arms about having a fixed mortgage rate. You might have a 2.7 APR, but because the taxes keep going up, your mortgage price keeps going up, right? Especially here in Massachusetts, the taxes go up, your payment goes up. You know,
Called Massachusetts.
Yep. Yeah, that's my dad. Oh,
white man, Massachusetts. Also white man, Massachusetts. You know, what's so funny is that when America went to war because of tax. From what I was teaching when I was in school, you know,
taxation
without representation. Yeah, the United States,
they was against it.
They were against it.
They was against it.
And now look what happened. The same thing that they went to war for, because of tax. Now
that's Esau for you. That's Esau.
The old governor is taxing them, for what they instantly went to war for.
Back in Ecclesiastes 10, verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people.
An unwise king destroyeth his people. And that's what Esau does, right? He destroys his people. That's what he's an unwise king, because if you're a ruler, right, it would behoove you to have your slaves in working condition. in good working condition, healthy, strong, well fed, right? But what does Esau do? Esau beat the shit out of you, man. Give you poison, feed you scraps, right?
Your people should be willing to fight for you at the drop of a dime.
That's a good point. Yep.
Keep them all healthy, keep them all satisfied.
Yep.
You know, ain't nobody willing to fight for this fucking place.
Yep.
Forsake this place.
Go ahead, bro.
Come, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Right. In due time, he will set up over everyone that is probable, which is the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Oh, okay.
Which is the Lord Yahweh Shai himself. He's going to be the ruler on this earth. Right? He's going to be the ruler. We're going to rule underneath him, and the other nations are going to be in subjection to that ruler. Right? Go to Revelation 2 and 25. Revelation 2 and 25.
Okay, I get it.
You still want that in 2 Ezra 6?
What I said? Yeah, we can read that next.
Okay, I'll get Revelation chapter 25. It's Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my word unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
Right. To him will I give power over the nations. Right? So that's we're going to have that power. We're going to have power over the nations. Go ahead, keep going.
Yep. And he said in verse it says in verse 26, verse 27, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Right. And you shall rule them with a rod of iron. And what do you do with a rod of iron? You beat people down to. You beat them into subjection.
Yep. It says about him,
Right.
and as a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shiver,
Right.
even as I receive of my Father.
Right, because sometimes you got to beat people into subjection. That's a part of becoming a ruler. Sometimes you're going to have people that are rebellious against your rule, and so you're going to have to beat them into subjection, right?
Real quick though. This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those my enemy, which would not that I should win over them, bring here them and slay them before me.
Right, so that's what there's going to be a lot of that, man. Once the Lord Yahweh Shai gives out those crowns, the business is going to be in order.
That's right.
It's going to be business in order. You go over there. Whoever don't want me to reign over them, you're going to bring them right here before my throne and slay them.
Slay them.
Send a message to you.
Yep. Keep going. I mean, you can go in that. Yep.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 54.
Yep.
It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou made Lord of all thy creatures,
Yep.
of him come we all.
Yeah, we all come of Adam, right? Go ahead, keep going.
And it says, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Yep.
It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, and because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Yep.
It says, as for the other people,
Yep.
which also come
Right,
of
so
Adam,
he made the world for our sakes, right? And as for the other people that also come of Adam, go ahead.
it says, thou hast said,
Thou hast
excuse me,
said,
thou hast said
yep,
that they are nothing,
nothing.
they are nothing,
but be like unto spittle.
right? But be like unto spittle, right?
Yep.
Like the spittle you spit out of your mouth. You don't concern yourself where that spit is going.
Yep.
You don't concern yourself how much come out. It's spittle. You spit it out. You don't think about it again. All right, keep going.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Drop that falling from a vessel, right? When you was outside and you, I was a kid, we used to fill up buckets of water. So like when you had the super soaker 200, when you ran out of water, you dip it down in the bucket. You know what I mean? But if a little bit of water fell out your bucket, you wasn't tripping off that water as long as you had a full bucket. And you go back over to the water hose, fill your bucket back up. Got your your super soaker 200 strapped like this. Swing that thing around your bag. Yeah, man. It's summers, man. Summertime in the Northeast, man. Super soaker 200. you know. But you didn't care about that little bit of drip as you was, you know, carrying a bucket down the street to get to the water gun fight. Hey, Salomon, brother. You know, as you was carrying your bucket down the street to get to the water gun fight, you didn't care if a little couple of drips came out. You knew Miss Nadine, she was gonna let you use the hose. You go over to Miss Nadine's house, you fill your bucket back up with the water, you was good, man. Had some balloons on deck, you fill up your balloons. So if a little bit of water dripped out of that vessel, you didn't care. That's how the Heavenly Father counts the other nations.
Exactly.
Like that water that drips out of the bucket. Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 57 says, "And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
Right.
has begun to be lords over
Right,
us."
these heathen, right, that have been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, right? Right? But what is their fate? Their fate is like spittle. Their fate is like the water that drips out of a bucket, right? What's that in Isaiah?
I got it right here. I'm on it. Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket that are counted as the small dust of the balance.
Right, the small dust of the balance. Like when you go to the grocery store, the elders used to use this analogy here. When you go to the grocery store, you got that scale in there. When you go to put your fruit on there, what does it say? It says 0, right? But there's still a little bit of dust on there. That little bit of dust don't weigh nothing. That's how the Heavenly Father accounts those other nations, man. As spittle, as a drop that falleth from a vessel, as dust in the balance, right? They are nothing, man. They motherfuckers over there playing pickleball.
It's another day you got that long,
I'm cold, man. Them motherfuckers over there.
So I'm running around here
Good
ass
old
nigga.
time.
They playing
Yeah,
pickleball.
running, falling in the snow with the dog and shit.
Let me jump down to 17. It says, all nations before him are as nothing.
Yeah.
They are counted to him less than nothing in vanity.
Yep. So it's just, man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. The Heavenly Father has a fate for each nation, right? The fate for the nation of Israel is to be the rulers on the earth. The fate of the other nations is to be in subjection to the rulers.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's it.
And one fifth of particular race of nations going to be completely
Oh, yeah,
annihilated.
Esau is out of here.
Exactly.
Once his purpose is served,
That's what.
you know, he's out of here.
Dominated.
He's going to be destroyed. Yep. You got something?
Yeah, a little more.
Yeah.
And it says, it has begun to rule, and it has begun to be lords over us and to devour us. And it says, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called, thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Yeah.
And it says, if the world now be made for our sakes,
Right.
why do we not possess it in inheritance
Right.
with the world? And how long shall this endure?
Right. So now, how long shall this endure? Ezra was in the right spirit, man. All right, okay, you said the world was for us.
Right.
Now they get to have the world. They ruling over us.
Right.
Ezra was mad.
Right. Heathens.
Right.
Yep.
Heathens.
You know.
Exactly.
Ezra
That's
was
right.
upset about that. Hey, wait a minute now. You said the world was for our sakes. I read it in the scriptures. Right? And now you want to tell us, or now we're seeing that these other nations are ruling over us. Right? But Ezra didn't understand. Yes, that's exactly what that is. Yeah, that's a scam, man. You think the heathens gonna be with us? That's likely a scam. Yeah, that's exactly right.
answer that.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%.
And then and also too, there's a scripture too where I don't remember what the chapter it is. He says, I began to see servants and horses.
What scripture is that?
You know, I'll be in the park over there see Esau and horses
Riding the horse. That's how you did it, brother.
Yeah,
Riding that horse, man. Yeah,
I'm not looking out there, looking at us.
Ultimately,
Yeah.
when the children of Israel finally are set up in their stead, right? The stead that the Heavenly Father intended, then the world is going to be a better place, man. The world is going to be a better place to live in. You shouldn't be in life worried about whether or not you're going to be able to pay the light bill or the water bill. that shouldn't be a decision you have to make. You know, or whether you gonna, you know, I'm gonna do this alone. I'll just get the bread this week, and then I'll get the sandwich meat next week. That's a fucked up decision to have to make, man. You know, and the reason why we have to make those kinds of decisions is because the wicked are ruled. The wicked rule us, man. So we gotta be delivered out of here. You got that?
This one, I see service on horses.
Yeah, I knew 10 something. I didn't know if it was the 10th verse or the 10th. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Right. So the servants being the heathens, right? Ultimately Esau being up on the horse, and then us, right? The princes walking on the ground. You know, and that paradigm is going to change. We're going to be up on horses. We're going to be the rulers. Oh, y'all ever see them old movies? Man, it wasn't not even really an old movie. They show you that in the movie 300, where they had my man with all the earrings. That Xerxes. He was up on top of that thing, and all the people, all those guys up underneath it carrying that fucking thing. I think of that all the time. Man. Can you imagine traveling like that? Oh shit, yeah. Oh shit! Oh, I thought it was Xerxes. Yeah, you know Xerxes. He up on the throne. And you got a group of 100 men carrying him. Oh, that's a badass way to travel. Think about that, man. Yeah. Xerxes was fucked up in the.
And then on top of that too, when it was coming down from that big.
Yeah, he stepping on the people. Yeah, he stepped on the gas.
Stepping on people, man.
Yeah, Xerxes had the right idea. You saw it was a bunch of Edomites. It was a bunch of Edomites up underneath. Xerxes had the right idea. So we're gonna be traveling in style like that too. We're gonna have us some elephants. We're gonna be riding on some elephants. We're gonna be sitting up there. We're gonna be getting fed grapes while we up on the top of the elephant. Yeah, man.
That's right.
Order's gonna be restored, man.
Yep, exactly.
You know, just the scriptures say this in Revelation 18. It says, "Reward her double, even as she rewarded you." Right. So we're going to be rewarded double for what we had to endure. Go to Romans 8, where it says the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be. Is that Romans 8? Yeah. Somebody get that? I think that.
Right there, right? Verse 17? Well, verse 17.
Yeah.
You want me to start up to the
No, you can go right to it.
Okay,
go right to it.
Revelations 8 verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed
Right.
in us.
So that glory that's going to be revealed in us, man, is going to make this feel like a cakewalk. We're going to feel like, did we go do enough to get all of this?
Exactly. You feel like we feel like we deserve this.
Change the Lord.
Yeah, man. Yep.
It even says too in one scripture that next year gonna envy us so badly, man. They're gonna be looking at us like, damn. You know, I wish I was there. You know?
Yeah. What's my man? They said it was Balaam. They should get died the death of the righteous.
Righteous, yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's gonna come in to fruition. All right. Anything else? What you say, Elder? What you say? You got anything else?
Yeah. This is Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 40. It says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those that are dying are clothed in white, which have fulfilled. Oh, okay, come. It says, I'm reading back from the top, Elder. It says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. It says, and the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. It says, beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which has been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. It says, in the midst of them, there were a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one, it says that them that was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and are they crowned and received palms. And then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowned them, and give them palms in their hands? He answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. And then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And the angel said unto me, go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things, and how great wonders of the Lord, thy power, thou hast seen.
That's what we're doing, man. We're fighting for that crown, man. In hopes to get glorified along with the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Which consists of the so-called Native Americans, so-called Negroes, so-called Puerto Ricans, and all those other Latin tribes. That's who will receive those, man. You know, no heathen sliding up in there on that day, on the podium. Heathen will come out, you know, Moab will come out. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones.
All right, so with that, as always, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kapidash.
double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops, the great millstone who rule well. Honor and salutation to the elect. With that, we say shalom.
Shalom.